Hello everyone, my name is Al, and welcome to a professional series of StarCraft 2. Today, in the top left corner, we have our red Terran from Mexico. He is SpeCial. In the opposite corner, our blue Zerg player from South Korea, we have Dark. Now, Dark versus SpeCial in a best of 3 series. This could be very interesting. Ooh, SpeCial going for a low ground supply depot. He's planning on expanding very quickly. This is the map Moondance, by the way, and these two players are always worth watching. Now, Dark is one of my favorite Zerg players just because of the way he plays, like opening spawning pool first. I don't know. He probably plans out his builds quite well, but the way it seems, if you are just kind of watching him or casting him or whatever, it seems like he just kind of makes it up as he goes along. And that's really awesome. Like, his timings don't match up in his replays, and he just does strange things sometimes. But he is one of the very best Zergs in the world. SpeCial going for a double Arax in the front here, by the way. For single gas, probably just going to be Reapers. Oh, there's one. Very strange. What is SpeCial doing? So yeah, Dark, I do like him for that. In terms of the rankings on a Ligalac, Dark is considered 7th in the world, which is actually very scary. 6 lings going out. Like, Dark is one of the all-time best Zerg players, and he's 7th on the ratings. I mean, yeah, fair enough. He probably doesn't compete in too many of the online tournaments and stuff. It's the same as Rogue. Rogue's also rated quite low, but he's definitely not a poorly ranked player. I'm actually trying to get hold of some Rogue replays, but I literally cannot get my hands on it, which is quite sad. SpeCial, on the other hand, he is from Mexico, obviously, but he spent a lot of time in South Korea, playing with the best of them. He's been in GSL a couple of times. He's practiced there for long, and he's ranked 27th in the world at the moment, which, I mean, sounds pretty bad, but I think it's quite unfair. SpeCial is a very, very good player, very strategic thinker when it comes to this game. He's very knowledgeable about the game, and he often he can often play quite well, even against the best players in the world. I kind of put him up there with like someone like Scarlet. Ooh, this could do a little bit of damage. Yeah, that's one worker going down so far. These Reapers could be getting... he's lost 2 already. That's not what you want to see. Good drone pull there by Dark. Yeah, this one's not good. Ooh, it is going to get out. Very cool. We see the reactors coming up. Well, reactor and attack lab. I don't like this. This is asking for Zerglings or roaches or something to attack these add-ons. So it's not ideal, but obviously SpeCial wanted to get a little bit of aggression and the CC out. But yeah, we'll see what SpeCial does here. Like I said, I do actually rate him very highly. And yeah, I don't know if I finished my story. I put him in line with someone like Scarlet, because Scarlet has also played against the best players. She's taken the South Koreans when they weren't being taken by European or American players, and SpeCial was very much the same. He during the entire time when it was the dominance of South Korea in StarCraft, he was able to put up a good fight. At this stage, things have kind of normaled out a little bit. Normaled out. Is that a word? Yeah, well, we'll make it a word now. He's going for Marines at this stage. His starport is very late, so that's going to delay any aggression he's going to want to do, unless he plans on going for aggression without medivacs, which I'm never a fan of when I watch Terran players doing it, because it's so risky. It means that all damage on those Marines will become permanent. Evo Chamber coming up along with the Baneling nest. Quite a normal approach. Very interesting to see that Dark took this base. I would not have recommended. I mean, Zerg players are generally taking this one. I think this match was from a little while ago though, so probably during the time when these maps were still being figured out. In the meta now, Zerg will always take this one. These mineral patches are just not worth it for the Zerg. You need your full 16 plus your double gas. So Zergs tend to take this way. It also helps you spread out your creep. So if you imagine creep up to about here, that would have been pushing into here already before the creep tumors. That's a big difference. You know, the Zerg players now, they need to get that creep out as quickly as they can. And that's what separates someone like Cyril from a lesser ranked Zerg player, is that ability to get that creep out as far as you can. It is a very strong mechanic for the Zerg. Obviously anyone from that plays Protoss or Terran will say that it's broken, but you know, it's one of those mechanics that they have. SpeCial coming in, he's just going to try to get rid of a little bit of this creep. A couple of Banelings are morphed in. Dark's going to be fine to defend this. I don't even think this is going to be a pressure. He's just, this is creep control. Fourth base is already coming up now. Okay. Ooh, this could be dangerous. Yeah, he picks up and he's off. That medevac is so low. Be careful, SpeCial. Don't jump in again. Ooh, those queens could have tried to get there. Dark going for a little bit of a wrap around here. Run by with the Lings. He's going to see if he can get any damage done. Catch SpeCial while he's not quite awake. Tanks on the way. Let's see if they get in. Ooh, they do get in. Couple of Banelings on the supply depot so that SpeCial can't lift it. That was very clever. I don't know if I like that siege tank positioning, but we'll have to see if it works out for him. It feels very susceptible to a run by, which we do see Dark setting up for, or a wraparound. Yeah, a bunch more Banelings coming up. This looks to be a little bit of a, I don't know. 12 SCVs went down, by the way, to that to the Lings. That is a lot of damage done. Means he's done a lot of work as the siege tank being moved up. Dark is playing very patiently. This is fantastic. Zerglings starting to get rid of the reinforcements. This match is looking not too fantastic for SpeCial. That is a very forward tank. Yeah, SpeCial trying to push in. Now Dark being very patient with this defense. He's actually got more than enough to defend, but he's not rushing. He's letting the Baneling nest fall even, while the Zerglings are still picking up some of the reinforcements. SpeCial is pushing in. He's got Liberators. They do help. Watch out, Baneling! No. Alright, and now Dark collapses. He is jumping onto this army. Banelings going forward. Lings, Roaches, Ravagers. Just Ravagers. Oh no, there are a couple of Roaches. This seems to be a pretty solid defense. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, these Marines are trying, but there's no medevac support. They can't stim again. That's tight. SpeCial supply is way down. He has only got 2 bases. There is no third CC. This was, you know, for all intents and purposes, an all-in intents and purposes. So, yeah, at this stage, Dark's got his 1-1. There is +1 weapon upgrades for SpeCial, but that's not quite enough. Dark's gonna be up an upgrade soon. Yeah. I think nice try by SpeCial there, but he still hasn't gone for a third. Am I just reading this wrong? No, there's no third. So he's gonna just get more stuff and try again. Is it gonna work? I don't think so. The Roaches and Ravagers are out. Banelings are being morphed. That is a tiny army. At this stage, SpeCial's just kind of like trying for the sake of trying. But he's so far behind. That's a big worker deficit. Lings wrapping around. Medevacs pick up. Dark, I think you can just go across the map and kill him. Like, here comes the reinforcements, but that's not much. I guess Dark could do with a couple more Banelings. Oh, but he doesn't have the Baneling nest. I rebuilt it. He's getting Baneling speed now. He's probably waiting for his Baneling speed. I forgot that he'd lost that one. Files coming down. Marines are good units. Couple of tanks to support. There we go, run by again. Dark just relentless. He's not attacking, he's just letting the Lings do the work. Is that gonna turn Special around? No, not quite. Ooh, picking up a tank. This could be nice. Yeah, that tank was on the ramp, which means that Dark couldn't, Special, sorry, couldn't close it. At the same time, Dark is putting the pressure on Special. GG is called. Dark takes game 1. Okay, so we are loaded up into Data C to see what's going to happen next. I said see a lot in that sentence. Does it confuse anyone, by the way, if I say data? I know that most people will say data, but yeah, here where I live we say data, which is I assume very strange to a lot of people that live in different countries. So yeah, just wondering. I know also obviously a lot of my audience seems to be watching from the States, so it must be very strange to your ears. Very interesting. I've tried to say it and actually start saying data, but it just feels wrong, you know, after spending my life saying something a certain way, it's hard to just change it suddenly. Anyway, that was a very long rant about something inconsequential to this matchup. Let's see if Special can bounce back into this one. Dark showing his class in that previous match. He was unshakable, he didn't take any damage. The Ling run-bys were, they were lethal to Special. So let's see if Special can make a comeback. He's going for a little bit more of a traditional wall off here, going for the top of the main base ramp instead of going for the natural base. So yeah, we'll see. Seems to have been, yeah, a hatch first from Dark. Everything seems to be relatively stable. What are these guys doing so much? 500, 600 APM in the start of a game. Like, what are you doing? Granted, a lot of that is probably like, you know, the normal spamming that they end up doing, but even if I try to spam, I can't get that quickly. Yeah, sometimes it still bugs my brain how very fast these pros play. I mean, the APM, I know APM's not an indicator of skill. You know, a lot of people like to flex with the APM, but let's be honest, it's not. It's just kind of how quickly you are doing things. But I mean, I've been playing for a long time, and I think I get 200 if on a good day when I'm playing Zerg. So I think I've started getting a little bit quicker lately, but I mean, that's it. And then I'm pushing. Granted, that's my average, but these guys' average APM is much higher than that. How do I get to APM? No? I can't remember. Anyway, let's see what their averages are eventually again. Factory coming up, second gas, very standard for Special. Third base coming up for Dark. This seems to be quite a normal match. Drones were pulled out of gas, so Dark's going for a nice economic opener. And yeah, I think this map has appeared to be quite good for your general macro games. Hello, Lost Marines. What you doing? Yes, because that's gonna work. Is Special scouting with Marines? Like just pairs of Marines? Like, you guys, take your buddy and go look for some Zerg. They go running. It's like, oh, sir, we found them. Okay, and then you come back and leave it to the buggies. Hellions will go do the rest. At least until we get tanks and things. Then, Marines, you're back in. Okay, oh, interesting fight there. Bunch of Marines coming up. We have the reacted Hellions. No add-on for the barracks yet. Is Special gonna go for a little bit of Hellions into the main? Could be interesting. There's this nice area that he can drop in, so he does have 4 Hellions. A medevac is on the way. It's not rallied anywhere, so we'll have to see. This stage he's just driving all over the map. Okay, so he's taking a medevac full of a medevac full of Marines. Probably drop the Marines in the main and send the Hellions either into the natural or to the third. I think the third, but there's nothing really there. So let's see if this drop can get anything done. Oh, Dark is so ready for this. Look at these queens. They're even lined up there. It's like, yes, thank you. You may leave again. These players are so good. They know the timings so well. I mean, I guess that's what happens if you're playing 10 to 12 hours a day. I don't know. I don't know if these guys do. But they end up playing a lot, you know. They're professional. It's a job. So you start to really learn those timings and exactly when you need to do something. When you need to move the queens or whatever. Very, very interesting. Okay, so he's going to try drop again. There's 4 queens. Oh, sorry, SpeCial. You're not going to get anything done here. Dark's defense just very solid. I like the Raven that's coming up. That's always very good. Ravens tend to get a lot of damage because they can be quite deep behind this kind of dead zone and still drop their turrets and things. So yeah, at this stage I think SpeCial might be giving up on the aggression. Just go back to creep spread. It is scary because with someone like Dark, you really do want to, you know, close them down. He's only made a couple of Zerglings, but otherwise it's just been drones. And he's making more. He's on 60 already. So he's on 3 base saturation already. Did we get any worker kills there? Not even. Raven took a little bit of damage. Ah, Dark is just... He is on absolute form. He's gone for a macro hatch, Evo chamber, and oh, he's going double upgrades. Has he got a Baneling nest? He does. These Marines, did SpeCial forget about them? They've just been standing here for like the longest time. Hello? What are you guys doing? Is this a Terran party? This stage, SpeCial just trying to get a little bit more up. Working on his production. He's actually going for a third now, which is good to see because the 2-base push that he did didn't really work out so much. Upgrades are on their way. Combat shields is on the way. Baneling speed. Yeah, they're just both powering up at this stage. Nothing too major. He's got a couple of scans available. Yeah. It's going to be a little bit of a quieter one at this stage, but I'm expecting something to happen soon. Alright, what happened to you guys? What did I miss? And here comes the push. These pushes seem to be, I don't know. SpeCial seems to be lacking just a little bit in these pushes, which is not ideal. I mean, that's a big Zerg army. The supplies are pretty close. SpeCial up very slightly in army supply, but like very slightly. Meanwhile, Dark is just expanding all over. This map is really good for macro play. We've seen some good games come off of this map. That siege tank's too far back. I think he can afford to bring it. I mean, he doesn't want to lose it. I'm wrong. Apparently it's not too far back. Yeah, he is just getting swarmed. This is bad. Alien's gonna try poke in for a little bit more damage. They do get it, but yeah, that was shut down so hard. That was, you know, like the campaign missions where you see just like tons of Zerglings. That was what that was. Yeah, they destroyed SpeCial's army. I keep saying Cyril. I'm used to when I say Cyril at the end, but no, it is SpeCial, who is very special. I always enjoy during Home Story Cup when the players get to commentate and then you hear their actual views on the game. And SpeCial I always find is a little bit funny because in his mind every race apart from Terran is completely imbalanced, and I think a lot of it is obviously trolling, but it's still very funny to hear him talk about it. But yeah, very knowledgeable about the game. This is a lot of Zerglings. We see the transition into Widow Mines. Widow Mines can do very well against this army, but yeah, the Dark's army is just kind of exploding at this point. Yeah, that's single. He's getting the drilling claws. He has the second factory. He's not producing out of it at the moment. Oh, be careful with those Marines. Some of them have to die. Spot a little supply depot. That's very cool. Drop into the, what is this, the 4th? Getting a little bit of work done. Be careful. Ooh, that's the full medevac as well. Good targeting by Dark. Not what you want to see for special. Yeah, Terrans, close your eyes. This might be going poorly. Dark is working himself into a very good position. He's up to 87 workers. I mean, special's not far behind. 74, that's pretty good. But yeah, he's just expanding all over. The creep is covering almost half the map. Another base going up. He's just double expanding at this point. He feels so far ahead. Adrenal glands coming up. We see Vipers. +2, +2. The upgrades, yeah, +1 for both of them. And they're both researching their +2. Watch out, Widowmines. Trying to retarget with them. Maybe a bit ambitious. Ooh, good hit on those Zerglings. Yep. Widowmines, horrible to play against. Wonderful to watch. Because they're very explosive. That was a terrible pun. Just pretend I didn't say it. Hey, you left me behind. Wait for me. That is funny. But what am I? It's chasing. It's trying its hardest. Especially eventually lets it give up on the on the chase. It's like, okay, we're not taking you with. Oh, that's a big Zerg army. Couple of Lings moving across. Saran gonna be in here. Big drop going into the main. I think Dark has seen it. Yeah, Spork Crawler there, a couple of Queens. Queens will take damage. Some Marauders in with this army. Was that worth it? He's gonna try drop here again. There's a little bit left here to defend, so I think it should be okay. Oh, he's stimming so crazy. That is not where you want to be running through. Very good positioning there by SpeCial. Yeah, that position there. Normally you want to be running them around. 3 Marines and a Dream. At the same time, he is pushing up to this base. Yeah, SpeCial's actually doing pretty good. I might have said Cyril Nana again. Just pretend. Every time I say Cyril, I mean SpeCial. Pushing in heavily here. He's just going to drive straight through. Leave a couple of Marines to knock at that base. Yeah. Okay, at the same time, Dark is going through. I think he did get rid of a base on this side. Ultras are coming in. Yoinks in a medevac. That's interesting. Okay, so Ultras are an interesting unit. Oh, this army is so low. Got to be careful, but this is some very good damage. 8 workers going down. 2 bases. SpeCial seeming to be a little bit on fire. Drop here, that is an annoying position to drop. That means the Zerglings have to go all the way around. But yeah, that medevac might fall. The push continues. We do see +3 melee on the way. We do see the Ultras. This does mean that SpeCial, yeah, he needs to go into Ghost. I was gonna say he needs to start considering going into Ghost. That is a massive Zerglings. Zerglings, unfortunately, they're not amazing against planetaries. Say that. Maybe they are decent. Now this is going to force SpeCial to pull the entire army back. Okay, they're doing a good job. Now that's a base down. SpeCial does give up. Is he just going to go for the base trade? Oh, Zerg is in the natural. Ooh, I don't think this is a good position. Ooh, nice Baneling landmine there. Burrowed Banelings. Okay, so should be a decent amount to defend. Yeah, there's Ultras to defend. That's where you want the Ultra. Look at it, eating through that army. Oof. Oof. Meanwhile, there's Zerglings in all the bases. SpeCial picking up. Dark is, yep, in the driver's seat. And he takes the series 2-0. Some very classy play. I think SpeCial was doing well until Dark just decided, okay, enough of your nonsense. I'm going to attack you now. Unfortunate for SpeCial. Very good game by Dark. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like rating. I appreciate all the likes, all the views, all the support. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more StarCraft content, and I will see you in the next one.